Welcome back to Mind the Major. I am C Major. First things first, somebody get LeBron and Tory Lanez on the phone and tell them holla at your boy, you hear me? Shout out to Dr. Beijing. Alright, I'm gonna run through these new Mind the Major family members, y'all. Christopher Aim, Daniel Berryman, Tia Berryman, B. Ravenel, V. Ravenel, R. Ravenel, K. Ravenel, Veronica Hughes, Biko Jones, Marlon Foster, Eva Hall, Bobby Booth, Brittany Smith, Brandon Smith, Raquel Booth. Names sound familiar. I know you. Last but not least, I have L major, L major, and L major. Seems like it's Major's Angels. Get on up out of here, Charlie. Alright. But did y'all seem to notice something strange about when I was calling off the names? It was a pattern. Wait a minute. It seems as if there are actually families inside of our family. Who sent you? I'm not kidding. Who sent you? Alright, check this out. Big shout outs to y'all. You know what I mean? Check this out. I wanted to share this quick story with y'all. It's kind of funny, then it was kind of strange. I have a lot of things that happen to me in my day-to-day travels. I mean, some of the strangest things be happening to me. And one of them happened a few days back. And was actually on my way home from work, right? And I'll set the scene. Anybody that's here in Baltimore would probably be familiar with the area in which I'm talking. Rice's Town, what's that, Rice's Town? No, that's not Rice's Town. Druid Park Drive. Like when you riding past Druid Park, through the park, like Mondawmin area. For anybody else that's not from Baltimore, if you want to get a idea of what it is I'm talking about, if you're familiar with the Freddie Gray riots, when those riots kicked off in Baltimore, where they started at with the school kids, that area. Well, anyway, I'm coming home from work. And by that time, it's dark outside, right? And so you have Druid Park. Druid Park is right there. So I'm at one of the red lights. And I happen to notice that there's a deer. A deer. Like on the side of the car. Right? It's a little The park is right there, so it's not really strange to see a deer from time to time wander out of the park, right? But I happened to see the deer, but it didn't cross part of the street, and now it's on the median, right? Right, pretty much right next to my car. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's a deer. And look at the deer, right? And so I'm kind of caught up with the deer. So I happened to just a glance to see if the light had turned green yet. And while I was looking at the deer out of my side window, I didn't notice the big old deer that ended up in front of my car, right? I guess that was the father, the buck, right? So I'm like, okay, right? So I'm like, well, I don't want to blow the horn and startle him and he go charging into my car because he had the big old antlers on his head. You know what I mean? Like Rudolph father. You know what I mean? I ain't want him to go charging into my car, tearing my car up some more, right? Notice I said some more, right? But anyway, so I decided to put the car in reverse. And so when I look in the mirror to try to back up slow, I notice that it's another deer standing behind my car, right? So I'm like, what in the... So now I can't really do nothing, right? I'm pretty much at these deer mercy, right? So now I gotta sit there and pretty much wait it out until they decide to go on about their business, right? So I just sit still and I'm trying not to pay the any of them any mind, right? I'm just looking down and stuff, right? Like I'm not paying no mind, thinking that, well, once they see that I'm not actually interested in what it is they got going on, they'll more than likely go on about their business, right? So, I mean, I'm sitting there for about 2-3 minutes, right? And the funniest thing, excuse me, the funniest thing about the whole thing, it didn't even dawn on me to record it with my phone. Because most of the time my phone is in my pocket, so I didn't even dawn on me. I mean, to pull my phone out, and then the light is on the phone. I probably would have did it anyway, because it might have startled the deer. But anyway, I'm sitting there. So after I pay him no mind for like 2-3 minutes, I look up again, right? Now the Rudolph father, the big deer, right? He's still in front of the car, right? And he pretty much staring right in the front windshield. The baby deer is still on the side. I'm not sure if that was the mother deer in the back, but it was another deer. It might not have been the mother deer, but it was another deer in the back, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there. So I'm like, what the hell, man, what is they gonna do, right? So I decided to try something, right? To try to get at least one of them, one of the bigger ones to move, so I could either go forward or back up. So I had a piece of sandwich, right? that I had from my lunch. So I took the sandwich and I rolled the passenger window down and I threw the sandwich out the window, right? Like threw it out the window, but threw it away from the car a ways, whereas though they would have to actually move from either in front of the car or behind the car, where it's giving me enough room to back up. Excuse me. So when I threw the sandwich, the Rudolph Favre, the big one with the he walked over to the joint, right? And so as soon as he cleared the path for me to move, right, I pull off, right? But as I pull off and get a ways away, I glance back, right? And man, you wouldn't believe this. You know what? This fool took the top of his costume off and hollered, damn, yo, you could have let us did your windows for $2. I ain't messing with y'all today, man. I ain't messing with y'all today. Alright, but check this out. It's Friday the 13th, right? It's Friday the 13th, right? And I seen this plastered everywhere. Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th. But this is Baltimore. This is Baltimore, Maryland. So I'm like, and Good Friday in Baltimore is like Friday the 13th. You understand what I'm saying? So Friday the 13th don't hold no weight here. But what it is I wanted to talk about, right, was this topic that came to me. And I was just thinking about how it's a thin line between being stand-up, as far as being a stand-up individual, and falling under pressure. You understand what I'm saying? It's a very, very thin line between the two, between being a stand-up individual and being an individual that's falling under pressure. You understand? I happen to see younger people, and it's amazing that you can ask a younger person just about some of the things that we would have knew exactly what a person was talking about had they asked us, do you remember, you know what a slingshot is? That's what happened to come to my mind, a slingshot. I don't know why. Anybody, I'm gonna make one and put it in the next video. All my Baltimore homies know we used to go in there and take all your mother metal hangers out the closet, you know what I mean, and the rubber bands and the little patch, and yeah, that. Ask a young child, a young kid, young boy rather, if they know how to make a slingshot. Odds are they don't. Odds are they don't. Odds are they probably don't even know what it is. But then you turn around and you ask them what a gun is. And the average one, the average young guy, if they haven't actually seen one in person, they've seen enough pictures and can probably describe it to you in detail, which is a very troubling thing in itself. You understand? I don't know if this is picking up this siren, but it's kind of bothering me right now. But anyway, I just seem to notice how a lot of people just walk around angry. Just walk around angry. Like they're just waiting. You know what I mean? Like everybody is just waiting for a reason to pretty much pop off on somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's just everybody just have a bad attitude and waiting for the least little thing to just, push that negativity onto the next person. And I'm just trying to figure out, why is that? Why is that? Why do you how can you just sit there and direct negative energy towards someone that hasn't even did anything to you? hasn't done anything to you in the least. You understand what I'm saying? For example, earlier today, I was coming out of a store, and a guy that was coming in the store, we had grew up together, and I hadn't seen him, in a while, in a good while. So we were greeting each other, shaking his hand, and young lady was trying to come into the store. Now it only takes a second for you to, shake person's hand. And she said it with so much aggression. All right, with all that shaking hand expletive, you know what I mean? So only thing I could do was shake my head and laugh, right? Because I'm saying that only took a second. Okay, you wanted to get into the door, understandable, but it's not like we were purposely, blocking the entrance. Now, average person probably would have snapped on her, right? Which would have brought about more negativity from her. You understand what I'm saying? And then it would have just went back and forth, back and forth. And that's a big thing that's going on in the city right now. That's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest problems that we're having right now. Everybody is just full of aggression. Everybody is just so full of aggression and don't have a proper outlet. Everybody's just full of aggression and nowhere to release it. You know what I mean? In no positive place to release it. Thank you. But messing up my train of thought. But that's what I was talking about. And I'm like, it's a fine line. And then and it made me think like being as though a lot of people carry this mentality. You know what I mean? Display this mentality. It would be easy for one to fall right into that category just as a means to try to fit in. You understand? Whereas though you could be an easygoing person, but everybody around you is just so full of aggression. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are the type of person that, you know, can decipher when something is not that serious so you don't feed into it, someone else might take that as being soft. Oh, you gonna let them get away with that? Oh, you see how they looked at you? So now you getting ready to maybe throw away the rest of your life because of the way somebody looked at you, right? Now, me myself, I wear glasses, right? I don't wear them like I'm supposed to, but I wear glasses. And when I don't have my glasses on, a lot of times I might squint. So if I see somebody across the room or little ways away, I'll be squinting. But to that person, it might seem as if I'm mean mugging them. You understand? So to that person, thinking that I'm mean mugging them, they might get an attitude like, why is he looking at me like that? And depending on the type of person that they are, if they the type of person that act, act first, ask questions later, that could cause a a detrimental situation. You understand what I mean? Because that could lead somebody to come over there and want to end up fighting or why are you looking at me? When I didn't mean no harm from the jump. I'm just trying to focus. But I know that I'm not the only person like that. I know a lot of people that wear glasses but not wear their glasses. You know what I mean? And they squint. But it's just surprising that how people just walk around with so much aggression for no reason. For no reason at all. And by them doing that, like I say, you end up walking that fine line from being a stand-up person to being a person falling under pressure. You understand what I'm saying? Because you could be a person that, for lack of a better situation, go to work every day. You go to work every day, but the people you might hang around when you're off might be out in the streets all day. But while you just out there kicking it with them, something happens and you get caught up in it. Everybody ends up locked up. It's not a big thing to them because that's what they're used to. That's what they signed up for. But you you didn't pretty much threw away your future. This is not what know what I mean, this is not what know what I mean, worked all your life for. You know what I mean, to just throw it away in an instance because you were walking a fine line. You understand? I mean, some people might not understand what it is I'm trying to say more than others. You know what I mean? But what it simply what it is, what it simply put, be you. Be you. Whoever you are, be you. Because that's the only way that you're going to get true acceptance. That's the only way you're going to get true acceptance, is by being you. And as long as you are being you, you will end up with what you worked for and pretty much saw for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? When you set a goal for yourself or whatever, you don't have to, as long as you are you, being true to yourself, you don't have to worry about somebody else's influence, you know what I mean, causing you to sway on your path to your goal. So, and pretty much in saying all of that, which wasn't really much, it was what it was. You know, I was always taught the biggest things, most of the time, come in the smallest packages. So, this big old message that I just gave y'all came in a tad bit of time. A big old message came in a little bit of time. So take that with you. Take that with you on your Friday the 13th. And remember, there's a thin line between being a stand-up person and falling under pressure. Before we be out, I'ma say it, and I'ma say it with emphasis. In the last week, we caught like 10 subscribers in like one day. And then we didn't catch any more since then. But just like somebody put somebody on like that, and they families, you know what I mean, joined together. That was beautiful. That was beautiful for a whole family to join the channel as a unit. You understand? When that's what this channel is about. The channel itself is about unity, uniting the people. So to see people come in and join the family as a unit is totally beautiful. But before we get out of here, I'm going to say it again to those who aren't subscribed to the channel yet. The only way you can get engaged and leave comments in the bottom, stroll with, you know what I mean, where you scroll down and leave the comments. Only way you can leave comments is if you have a YouTube profile. I will ask that you you enjoyed the content. I know you enjoyed some part of the content, didn't you? Tell the truth. You enjoyed some of it, right? That's what I'm talking about. So just for that, you should set you up a profile so you can hit the subscribe button. You see that subscribe button? Where it says subscribe. Only way you can hit that is if you have a YouTube profile. So if you don't have one, you should get one so you can hit that. And once you hit that, drop me a comment, hit the thumbs up, and then share them joints. Share them joints. Share them joints. So we all can go up. Everybody that subscribes gonna get that same shout out that I gave to the other members at the beginning of the video. And if by some chance I happen to miss you, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments if you are a subscriber and I missed your name, because I don't get every single name of every subscriber that comes through. If I missed you by some chance, put it in the comments and you will be in the next one. But until then, I love you all. And just know, we all family. Because we got mom in common. C major. And I'm out of here.